Well, shifting gears now, downtown Muncie has experienced some $100 million in public and private investment in just the last 2 years. That includes the Arc of Indiana's Erskine Green Training Institute, residential housing as well. The city's latest venture, a $7.5 million redevelopment project to transform a former Sears building into a mixed-use development. And for more on the city's downtown revitalization efforts, I'm pleased to be joined by Muncie Mayor Dennis Tyler. Mayor, welcome to the program.
Hi, Gary. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Well, a lot going on in Muncie. I mentioned
yes,
that $7.5 million project at the Sears building. Talk about that project and why it's important, because it involves not only businesses but also residential.
Sure. And it goes back to a little bit of what you was just talking about with that latest study showing 58% of the people leaving the state of Indiana. We want graduates of Ball State, and we want medical graduates at IU Health and that to stay in our community. This is a project that we think is going to do exactly that. Right now, our downtown community has about a 98% occupancy rate, which clearly tells you that we need new quality of place types of housing. And this $7.5 million private partnership, public partnership, is exactly that.
And this is really changing the face of downtown Muncie. This is a big project, but I mentioned that $100 million over the last couple of years, both public and private money. Talk about those projects and how it's really changing the face downtown.
Well, those projects, and you mentioned the Arc of Indiana and the Erskine Green Training Center, the quiet zone to quiet the trains coming through downtown Muncie, the streetscape project for downtown Muncie, and better handicap access, all of that transforms out then towards Ball State and the IU Health community and what we're trying to do in the partnerships with them. The public-private partnership is so important to a city like Muncie. We can't do it by ourselves. It's absolutely impossible for us to be able to do that by ourselves. So for private investors to want to be a part of this is important, Gary, and I'm sure you remember last year that we had a riverfront development idea that was a key part of our regional cities effort. And it's interesting, but less than 72 hours after the announcement of the Roebuck project and that new development downtown, we had an investor developer contact us about the riverfront development. So it really steamrolls each other, and it's that $100 million investment puts us about 3 to 5 years where we thought we would be ahead of today.
Yeah. Talk about that, the Erskine Green Training Center, the Marriott, the Courtyard Marriott there. Big projects coming up on a year anniversary. How important has that been? Not everybody thought it would be a success.
Oh,
right?
I could tell you when we started that in 2012, people said it would never happen. But with the Arc of Indiana's leadership and the partnerships with the city of Muncie, you know, they just celebrated their first year anniversary. They've had 3 graduating classes come through there with the Erskine Green Training Center. The latest one just 3 Saturdays ago had 17 graduates, had over 100 people to come in, families and friends, to celebrate that graduation. And I could tell you, the weekend that we opened that, it resonated all over the country. And because of that, we have people contacting us on a daily basis. How can we be a part of what you're trying to do with those types of projects? And that's exactly what I think Muncie's little niche is going to be as we go forward. All
right, well, we'll look forward to following this. Muncie Mayor Dennis Tyler, a lot going on. I know a housing study you're looking at too, and we'll have you back to talk about that.
I'd like to do that. I think that's very important for our future. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.